Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 05.12.2025. Current time is 06:15 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside on this Monday morning, start of a new week as we work towards the weekend once again, folks. And I hope everybody had a good weekend. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, and I park myself over there on X at Fireman Rich, the old what I still call Twitter. It's not that's not the Twitter bird. That's the blab bird. But Twitter, the old Twitter, it's called X. That's where I park myself as far as posting on all these fine social media platforms. There's a number of other platforms I post on, but that's just I know there's people on those that just I'm a social media enthusiast. Social media. What's my tag there? We got to check X anyway. We're on X. I'm a social media observer and social media enthusiast. That's what it is. So I post everywhere. Just check. Just search Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where I'm at there on all those other fine social media platforms. But for the most part, I'm on X at Fireman Rich. That's where you can primarily and or check whatever platform we're broadcasting here on Rumble Studios out to Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, and Kick X Live. That's 7 platforms, folks. We got them all in today. A network of 7 platforms here at Fireman Rich Broadcast 2. And I'm glad to have you here, all that are watching, and also those that are watching on the replay, as well as those listening to the audio replay over there on Spotify, which is another area where we post at. We're all over the internet as far as that goes. So just like everybody else. And we're having fun. And that's the whole premise. We're having fun. And as far as that, well, we are getting our a new week started, and I do hope everybody had a grand weekend. It was Mother's Day, and um, my hat's off and thank you to all those mothers. On this weekend, I remember my mother, and I also remember my grandmother. As far as that goes, and on this day or on this past weekend, and it was a pretty decent day out. We have a decent day going out this morning. As you can see, the curtains are opened early instead of at the break, but we are getting going here, and for a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD, also the start of a new week with the morning coffee. Thank God. Oh my God. It would not be a morning coffee broadcast if we didn't have this stuff. This is the morning coffee. It's tasting very good, and get you going, get you charged, and get you going. And we're off and running. So, but let's see this weekend. What do we do? I won my chess match on Friday, the start of the weekend for me. Friday evening is the start of the weekend for me. For most people, because they finally get out of their work day for Friday. Those working stiffs that are out there, and I won my chess game. My neighbor, we hadn't played in almost 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks, and he opened regular. I could open regular, but I went with the Sicilian defense. Normally, you go with the pawn in front of the king forward. He brings the pawn forward from their king, and then the queen and the queen. You bring out your knights, and they bring out your knights. As far as go, Masmu, hi, how you doing, my friend? How we doing? Good morning, coming in from Las Vegas. There, I hope everything is. Was it 4:20? I think it's what two. Yeah, you're on Central Time, right? No, you're on Mountain Time, so that's 2 hours back. It's 4:20 out there. Holy crap! Um, but I hope all is well with you out there in the desert. Um, but we, I ended up doing the Sicilian defense and stuff. So I ended up, I think it's the King's Bishop Pawn. I went forward. Glad you're doing okay, Uncle. Okay, I'm your uncle. Okay, uh, no problem. And back up one quote there. Hello. There we go. Okay. No, I got that one. You got two. Okay. So so I opened up with the Sicilian, and then it was a modified version because after that, instead of your whole premise is to develop your pieces, your knights, your bishops, your queen, your rooks. Those are major pieces. You got to get those out there. The earlier you get them out there, the better chance you have of winning and stuff. That's part of the strategy. The tactical strat. Well, not I don't think it's That's more of a strategic strategy overall to get them out there. And tactical is if a piece crosses the center line, you need to go after that piece. And the big thing you can't make blunders. I made my sure. When you do a blunder, you lost the game. That's where if you lose your queen, that's called a blunder. So I went with the Sicilian. I did King's. What is it? King's Bishop's pawn to Bishop 4 or Bishop 2, and then they opened up with the standard. Well, they opened up with the standard. I was black, so they opened up with the standard King's pawn to King 4. I opened up with King's pawn or King's Bishop pawn to Bishop 4. They opened up with I think it was their Queen's Knight, Queen Knight. They opened up with the Queen Knight coming out, and then I opened up with King's Rook pawn to Rook 3, and that's like after the game, my neighbor said, "Where'd that come from?" I was like, "Well, it kept you from bringing your knight down over the center line and stuff." He said, "Oh yeah, you're right." So there's always a purpose for some of the moves, especially the early moves, and that got me the advantage because black is at a disadvantage because white gets to move first, so they have the momentum right on the gate. So that switched the momentum a little bit, and I think it was about 10 moves in, he just dropped like a rock, and I ended up taking. I forked his queen. I didn't realize I had the fork in place, and it sat there for a move or two. I think one move because I was going after his rook, so he was concentrating on his rook. So I had like two different things here. I was playing very good, and this is one of the rarities where I was focused to where I could go. At least I had two or three moves ahead, and when I'm in that groove, I'm playing my best game. I play at about a 600 to 750 level, which is not that good. It's the masters are 2000, 3000, 2000s, I think. I've never gone any higher. I think I came close to like a 900 chess rating, but I'm lower than that now and stuff. It's just like it's on the chess rating and stuff. So, but my neighbor is about the same thing. No, was it you went to no, it wasn't a chess tournament. We play chess every week. We play chess once a week. We used to be on Fridays. It's on Mondays. We're going to have another game tonight. And no, it wasn't a chess tournament, but I did. We've been playing chess online at chess.com. When the weather gets nice, I usually go down to his house and in his gazebo that overlooks the golf course here. We play chess there on an actual board. So it's just with the inclement weather there, Maza, we play it on chess.com, which is a great place. It's a good place. I like playing chess. Matter of fact, I'm showboating here. I tell you how much I like chess. This is something out of the archives, Masmu. This is from Aviano Air Base. Aviano Air Base, 1988. I was the base chess champion. So I do have a trophy. I did win a tournament, as far as that goes. So you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Does that come in? Yeah, there he goes. First place, base level chess tournament. That was back in Aviano Air Base where I was there the second time through, and I went to the Mediterranean Sports Chess Championships. I got my ass handed to me first round. I got full, and I got to watch some really good chess. I remember that. So I do like chess. I've been playing it since I was a kid. Um, Used to beat up on my younger brother, Willie. God bless you, Willie. And Willie, who was an ex-Marine, he kicked my ass after that. He was a good chess player. When he would go to the veterans, he would have to go to the veterans hospital down there in Queens, New York. And went after he checked in, he would have a line out his door. People wanted to play chess with him. That's how good he was. So the story goes. So yeah, I've been playing chess long before video games and stuff. So I have really, especially now. I have playing with my neighbor. I have a deep affection for chess. It's a great game, and it makes you think. It does make you think. It's not checkers. It's not definitely not checkers. Though checkers can be a little rough. There's some professional checker players out there and stuff, but I do like playing chess, and I do like uh, watching tournament play online, which allows you to do that a lot more so and stuff like that. Magnus, I think, is his name, is a champion from Norway. Yeah, I think he's a good kid, good player, very good player. So so that started the weekend, and then Saturday and Sunday, I more or less I did not broadcast. I just took it the weekend off of broadcasting, and I did play PUBG Battlegrounds with my good friend Wingnut Saturday and yesterday for a few hours. There, we had some good games. We had some really good games yesterday, and I played a couple games offline, um, well, solo. So fine tuning. Um, we had, I think Saturday, we came close to 2 chicken dinners. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're striving for. We're gelling as a team and stuff like that. And it's fun. It's very fun. There's a lot of strategy and tactics involved in that. So that's why I like it. And it's an outstanding first person shooter. Only problem is the US server doesn't have the competition like the European server. So we play once in a while on the US server, but it's um, as far as that goes. Good morning, Tina. Tina's in the house from Jersey, our Jersey girl there. Good morning, Tina. Glad to see you here. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm just talking about my weekend, and which was a good weekend. And and of course, we had Mother's Day yesterday. And there's Tony D. Tony D's in the house. Everybody's coming in here. Tony D. Salute to you, my friend, my brother veteran, my good friend, fellow broadcaster. Tony D says good morning. She says good morning, Tony. Glad to have you here. And um, and Tina says, I don't know why I'm not getting notifications from. I don't know either, Tina. I don't have control over there, so I'm. I just know my notifications went in. They as far as on Twitch and also on Rumble. I got one, two, three, four, five different hardware and stuff like that. So and Tina says, who is a mother, she had a great Mother's Day. I hope your missus did. Did you have a good Mother's Day? Yeah, she did. She ended up painting a there's these 2 chairs that were her grandfather's, and she's trying. There was one that's been sitting outside. She's outside there in the elements on. Well, actually, it was out on the front porch here for the last couple of years, several years. So she repurposed that. She did some painting and stuff. Nothing special, but that's what she wanted to do. So. But she had a great Mother's Day. Good to hear that you had a great Mother's Day too, Tina. Glad to hear that. And it was a good weekend weather-wise. Oh my God, it's blue sky out here right now, as you can see. The lawns are mowed. The neighbor mowed their lawn. Yay! The lawns look nice over here for a change. And as far as that goes, um, let's see. And Tina says yes, she did have a good Mother's Day. She's saying hi to Tony and where Tim? Oh, Tim Fan 40 snuck in here. Oh, there he is. Tim Fan 40. Good morning, Tim. Coming in from Michigan. Glad to have you here. And Tony saying hi to Mazimu. And Tony saying hi to Tina. And Tony says to Tina, happy belated Mother's Day. And like I said, Tina saying good morning to Tony. And let's see, Tim Fan 40. Tony says hi to Tim Fan 40. Tim Fan 40 says good morning to Tony. And let's see, Tim Fan, what'd you say, Tim? Found over 500 morel mushrooms this weekend. Ooh, okay. I'm not into mushrooms, but I guess that's a good thing. It's a good. And Tina saying good morning to Tim Fan 40 from Twitch. Mazima is saying good morning to Tony. Tina saying good morning to Mazima. Everybody's saying good morning here. Tim Fan 40 made almost. You wow. Okay, I see 500 morel mushrooms and you sell them. You got $1,000. Made almost 1K off them. Oh, that's the motivation right there, my friend. How long did it take you to do that? Was that an all-day thing? And let's see, Mazima is saying hi to Tina, and Tina is saying thanks to Tony, and Tim Fan 40 from YouTube is saying good morning to Tina. So we got a lot of good mornings in there as far as that goes. Let me get this one going here for the comments. 2 hours and you made $1,000. Wow. $500 an hour. That's freaking outstanding, my friend. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. They must have been all over the place. Wow. Where do you sell them? At a farmer's market? What are morel mushrooms? Wow. That's pretty cool. Never heard that before. Oh, you have your good spots. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, you got your good spots. Well, it was, if it was a good weekend here, I'm sure it was a good weekend there in Michigan, as far as that goes. And it looks like today's going to be going into a good. We increased it a degree. Let's see. We're currently at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is okay. What is it? Let's see. 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 4 degrees Celsius right now currently, and it looks nice out there. Looks nice. It was a nice weekend, gorgeous weekend. Couldn't ask for a better weekend, especially for Mother's Day. And it looks like today's going to be good. 40 degrees, can't beat that. Blue sky out there already. And let's see. Oh, it says 37 across the river. Sunny to partly cloudy here in the southern tier of upstate New York. High of 81 degrees Fahrenheit. In the 80s. Wow, that's going to be nice. I might have to get the solar panels out. Winds out of south by southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun rose this morning at 5:49. 5:49, which is 45 minutes ago. About 5:49 a.m. the sun rose this morning. And the sun will be setting at 8:17. It set last night. It was 8:11. I'm sitting here and I'm looking out and it's still daylight. That's phenomenal, especially when it's nice out yesterday, clear blue sky. Can't beat it. Can't beat it at all. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:34 a.m. Cloudy skies, little clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona, clear skies at 3:34 a.m. Good morning to my sister if she's up. I doubt at 3:34. My sister lives out in Phoenix. 81 degrees Fahrenheit currently out there. Chicago, Illinois at 5:35 a.m. Clear skies, sunny and clear, 52 degrees Fahrenheit in the Windy City. At 6:35 a.m. in New York City, the jungle, the concrete jungle, as I like calling it, at 6:35 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Sunny and clear in the city, New York City. Sunny and clear. 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, they're like 19 degrees higher than we are. That's because of all that concrete down there. And down Tony D's way in Warner Robins, Georgia. Oh no, we don't want that. We want his. He came in on the Twitch side for the weather. In Warner Robins, Georgia, Tony D saying it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit currently there in Warner Robins, which is south of Macon, and Macon is south of Atlanta, Georgia. So I'll give you a perspective where he's at. And I think he's a few hours from Atlanta, from what I've seen on the map, where Warner Robins Air Force Base. And Tony says going to have a high of 80 degrees and a low of 66 and cloudy today. So going to have some cloudy skies there as far as that goes. And let's see. And across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, let's see. Tim Fan 40 says it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit there. Oh, let's see. I don't get out of the bed unless I make 100 hours or $100. I'm not understanding that comment, Tim. I don't get out of bed unless make 100. Oh, 100 an hour? Is that what it is? 100 per hour? Oh, and you sell them on Facebook. Really? There's a market on Facebook for these things. That's interesting. But Tim Fanfani says it's 83 degrees, so that's good. That's good weather for mushroom picking today. If you go there. Thank you, Tim. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, the pond being its nickname. I like calling it the pond. Sort of a British type comment there. In Cork, Ireland, at 11:37 a.m. in Cork, it is cloudy but a little sun with a little sun. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's back up. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, Tina says backing up to central New Jersey, back across the pond here in the United States. It's 78 degrees for the high down there in central Jersey, 58 for the low in New Jersey. Thank you, Tina, for that. Appreciate that. And okay, so it's $100 per hour. Okay, that's wow. That's unreal. To have a job, granted it's seasonal, right? But $100 an hour picking mushrooms. I'm in. Oh, but you got it sounds like you got a good workflow there going. That's good. Good for you, Tim. That's a great. He says yes, of course, yes. That's easy money right there. And I would take no real taxes, right? Okay, getting back to the weather here. Back across the pond in Milan, Italia. Mangia in Milan at 12:39 p.m. Sunny and clear in Milan, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur at 6:39 p.m. Kuala Lumpur is sunny and clear, 86 degrees. Is that 86? Yeah, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan at 7:39 p.m. Tokyo, Japan, it's cloudy skies at 7:39. 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Down under on the great continent and in the great country of Australia. Good morning. Well, it's evening there time, but we could say good morning from here on the southern tier of upstate New York to them. But it's evening time there. Great allies and friends of the United States, I like saying about Australia. And Melbourne, Australia at 8:40 p.m. Clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the east in Sydney, Australia at 8:40 p.m. also in their evening. Cloudy skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are world times and temperatures as I speak. So the weather is quite fine after that rain we had last week. Um, and the lawns look nice. Oh, there's a squirrel coming across. And see, there's a squirrel when it comes across from the neighbor's yard. It's in the grass. The grass is so I could see the grass move. I could see the squirrel. Now I can see the squirrel. It's coming in. Oh, it's over by the pear tree now. They got like a regular trail there. I think that we've got four cat. I don't think they're stray cats. I call them the alley cats. We usually have one or two. Now we see there's four. We got four alley cats out running around. There's two black ones I seen yesterday, an orange one, and then there's a silver one that's really really nice. And they all look well fed. So but they like camping out right out here, right out next to this, underneath this shrubbery right here, because the bird feeder's right there. They've nabbed a couple of birds. Okay, like I said, we're broadcasting on X Live, and to check out the folks over there on X Live, we have 6 people over on X Live. Thank you very much for the folks over there on X Live. Thank you. Greatly appreciate you being over there on X Live, at Fireman Rich over there on X, and over on the Facebook Live, we have. Yep, and the audio works great. Tony D, thank you for the like over there. We're on, and we've got one comment there from Tony. Thank you, Tony. On it's the real Fireman Rich over there on Facebook. That's where I'm at, and we're looking good on. Oh, I forgot. We got Kick. How are we looking on Kick? Let me check here. Let me check. We're also on Kick. We're gonna bring up the. And we're on Kick, and looks like we have one viewer, but that one viewer is probably me. But we're looking pretty good on Kick. So we're on 7 platforms, and I'm very grateful and thankful and all that to Rumble Studios for allowing me to broadcast into 7 different places. I like doing this on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday broadcasts. Of course, if I'm gaming, which this past weekend I didn't, I took it off. Like I said, I only broadcast to Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube, because I can jack up the eye candy to 1080p. This broadcast is in a 720p format, so that's how I roll, I guess. I think if you're presenting something like, and you know how I feel about Lord of the Rings Online. I love Lord of the Rings Online, but why didn't play? I don't know. I'm getting too busy with this PUBG Battlegrounds and such, but. Okay, let's see. We have a thought for the day. Let's get to the thought for the day. And this is an interesting thought for the day. I came across this. It's from an English novelist, and her name is Mary Wollstonecraft Shirley. And let's see. Tina says, I bet that's why I'm not getting notification. They took me off Rumble. I don't know. No, it's something you probably got. No, that it's probably they didn't take you off of Rumble. Rumble has nothing to do with the other platforms, Tina. They're all separate, so they have individual things. You might have to reconnect or sign out and sign back in. You may not be signed in. You know, as far as to get the notification, you got to be signed into the app to get the notification. So, as far as that goes, that's the only thing I can think of. But Mary Shirley is her name. Mary Wollstonecraft Shirley was an English novelist and the daughter of the philosopher Mary Wollstonecraft. Okay, so she's named after her mother. But Mary Shirley, who is she's best known for her 1818 novel Frankenstein. She's the author of Frankenstein. Did not when you put it Mary Shirley, I think I remembered that, but her maiden name is Wollstonecraft, and you could say she was that was probably it's often considered an early example of science fiction. If you look at it, wasn't I think more horror, right, than science fiction. It's a horror flick, Frankenstein. I think it's ventured off into that. You could say it's science fiction. I guess early science fiction, I'm thinking of Buck Rogers with rockets flying and stuff like that. But Mary Shirley, the English novelist, her quote and our thought for the day goes as follows. The beginning is always today. The beginning is always today. I like that. The beginning is always to get today by Mary Wollstonecraft Shirley. And what it's doing, it's a motivational quote emphasizing the importance of grasping, then seizing the present moment. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. We're talking about the weekend, and I seize the moment on the weekend, enjoying. You try and enjoy your day each and every day, so you seize the moment. It suggests that every day is a fresh start, an opportunity to begin anew and make a positive impact. We should all try and make a positive impact. And you can do little things to make that impact very big. The quote encouraged individuals to move forward and with optimism and focus on here and now rather than dwell on the past and fear the future. So I think that's very, very, each day is anew. Exactly. Tina says a good one, and each day is anew. As far as that goes, I know there's some people that aren't that. They'll look at that. Oh, that's over positive. That's a bunch of bunk and stuff. Those are non-positive people. If they're constantly complaining and constantly, because I'm talking from experience, because I used to be one of those blowhards that used to complain about every little freaking thing each day. I got away from that. It's just like, so I tend to stay away from those people. I don't want to be that's, they don't bring anything to the table. If it's constructive criticism, I can sit down and discuss it with them. But when you get some people out there that they're just stuck on themselves and they think they know it all, see you later. I'm going to go out and have fun. You're not going to drag me down. And I'm talking about those people that don't even, when you talk, they don't even bring up one positive aspect. Oh, they'll bring up a positive aspect about themselves, but they won't look outward. And I think this quote, it's a good quote. The beginning always starts today. So I got away from that. I still have my moments when I do get into it, because then the missus will kick my ass and say, "Hey, Rich, put a sock in it." Okay. And that's constructive criticism, because I know when I'm getting on my soapbox and stuff like that. I don't want to. It's just me now. I don't know about you all. If you want to associate with blowhards like that, fine. I'm not gonna think any less of you. I do think less of the people that are out there that do the, they complain about every little thing. It's like, give me a effing break, and they think they know the world and stuff, and nobody knows the world totally. Okay. I'm starting to get on my soapbox now, so I'm just going to say a great quote from Mary Wollstonecraft Shirley. The beginning is always today, so you could change. And I'm an example of that, because I used to be one of those blowhards. Some people say I'm still on, but they just don't know me personally. If you've been here long enough, you know what I'm talking about. For the people that are watching on the replay, I used to be pretty brash in my younger day and stuff like that. And you have to look in the mirror. If you cannot look in the mirror and see how much of an asshole you've been or something like that, because we all are. I tell you, we all are. Whether you know it or not, you may have somebody tell you. But there's some people that are genuine, that they've always been kind and good and stuff like that. And there's people that talk down about those people. Oh, they're just doing that. No, they're almost like they're offended by it or something like that. So I said, get the frick out of my life. I don't need you. And I have some people I just like, I'm a better person of it. And you almost have to have a constant reminder of that each and every day, because I have a bad habit of giving somebody a second and third chance. But life is too short. Life is too short. So I enjoy coming here, talking to the people in the chat, because you're all great people. we've been knock on wood. We've had a few knuckleheads in here and stuff like that, and whatnot. But it's a positive. I like putting on, try to be positive and stuff like that. It's not a front as far as that goes. If you were to see me each day, sometimes I got some corny humor and stuff like that that bugs the misses and stuff. But each and every day is always a new beginning. The beginning is always today. Okay, and you just progress forward. You're moving forward in a positive way. So I like that. That's a good quote. Great quote, and stuff. So I didn't realize that she was the one that the author of Frankenstein. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, our national day today is, let's see as it comes up. Our national day, let's see, Sapphire blah 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 day, or what? I have no idea what this is. National. Here's another one. Nationals fiber. I can't even pronounce these two words, so screw that. Let's see. National Women's Checkup Day. Yeah, every woman should get checked up. You know, you got certain things. You got women have to take care of themselves. They have to, get their what's it called, the mammograms and all that stuff like that. So that's a good one. We have National Odometer Day. Odometer Day. There's an odometer day. No, we're going to go. I don't know. I'm still looking at those first two. I can't even see. Sapphire Seglugan Day and the National Fibroly Awareness. I have no idea. No idea. We're going to go straight to the National Nutty Fudge Day. How do you like that one? I know Tina likes that one. That's who does. That's screw all the rest. We're going with the Nutty Fudge Day. Or Nutty Fudge Day. Each year, May 12th, Nutty Fudge Day tempts you to indulge in the smooth chocolate fudge filled with crunchy nuts. Hashtag National Nutty Fudge Day. A Western confection, fudge is usually sweet and delicious. It consists of a combination combining sugar, butter, and milk, heating it to the correct temperature, and then mixing it with it while it cools to a smooth, creamy consistence. There are many variations and flavors of fudge, with chocolate being the most popular. And Tina says, "Yummy, yeah." And I got experience with fudge because I have made fudge in my in my day. I have actually made. We already got that. Tina says, "Yummy." So fudge, I've made peanut butter fudge. The key about making peanut butter fudge, the peanut butter you have to use is Reese's Peanut Butter Cup peanut butter. It's expensive, but it's well worth it. This is back in my IBM days. I guess the first 2 years at Christmas gathering that we would have. It was like the week before Christmas. There would be a day where everybody would bring in a dish, and the break room would have all these dishes. Well, I would always bring in a plate of, and I found this recipe. It's a simple recipe of making fudge, and I made it. And I guess the first two batches, it turned out really good. And then I made a bad batch, and I haven't made it since. I burnt the fudge. You don't want to burn. You got to make sure you're attentive to the fudge. It was in 1886. A letter was found written by Emilian Betsby Hartridge of Vassar College, a Vassar College student in Poughkeepsie, New York, about her Baltimore cousin. It referred to a fudge her cousin had made and sold for 40 cents per pound. Heritage obtained the recipe, and in 1888, she made 30 pounds of fudge for the Vassar College senior auction. Later in the 19th century, some of the shops on Mackinac Island in Michigan, that's out near where Tim Fan is, began to produce similar products as the Vassar College Fund and sold it to summer vacationers. Fudge is still made in some of the original shops there today. So, do you know where that's at, Tim? It's called Mackinac Island in Michigan. That's up there. Well, this you got the lake there, so it's got to be. But many candy makers include pecans and walnuts when they prepare their fudge. I like walnuts and pecans. I like either or. As a celebrating treat, fudge makes a delicious gift. It packages well, and recipes are often overjoyed to receive homemade fudge. Oh, recipients. So there we have. Today is National Nutty Fudge Day. They have a place here in Owego, New York called Fuddy Duddies. You can look them up online. No full disclosure. I have no association. They make some good fudge. They're, I think they're on Lake Street. They're a good place. They've been making fudge for years since I've been here, since I got out of the service. So it's a great. I think they started it. They started in. I think they start in Appalachian, and then they moved to Owego here. So Owego, New York. Fuddy Duddies, it's called. Good place to get fudge. A lot of good stuff in that store. Oh my God. Let's see. Tomorrow we will be doing the Fireman Rich audio podcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Last Tuesday we did the Mixcloud, but it looks like this is the off Tuesday. So this Tuesday and Thursday will be the audio podcast over there on Spotify for Creators. Of course, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we repurpose our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning broadcasts to let's see, over there in the audio form as an audio pod for those particular days. And we do appreciate those folks on the audio side that listens to the Fireman Rich audio podcast, and also the Morning Coffee audio pod. Appreciate that. And it's fun doing the audio. So we'll do that Monday and Tuesday, or do that Tuesday and Thursday. Let's see. We do not have 100 years ago. There'll be one tonight, so we'll be showing that one on the Wednesday morning coffee. And if I remember, which I probably will, we've been featuring that also over on the Fireman Rich audio podcast there. Okay, in history, Katharine Hepburn. She was a great actress. I liked her. Who was once named the greatest actress in Hollywood history by the American Film Institute, having won 4 Academy Awards for Best Actor, was born in 1907. So happy birthday to Katharine Hepburn, but she's no longer with us. But God bless and Godspeed. I loved her. She's a great actress. She's a very great actress. I like her. Let's see. In 1918, Mary Kay, the Texas entrepreneur who found Mary Kay Cosmetics as a business opportunity for women, was born. Oh, happy birthday to Mary Kay, too. I don't think she's with us either. So God bless and Godspeed. The groundbreaking comedian George Carlin, we got another one. He was born. Today's his birthday, George Carlin, in New York City, 1937 to 2008. George Carlin, a great comedian. God bless and Godspeed, sir. He had, what was it, the 12 things, 12 dirty words you don't say, or something like that. He's a funny. You listen to his stuff now; it's just as funny. At Queen Elizabeth Hall, England, Pink Floyd staged the first ever quadraphonic rock concert back in 1967. What's a quadraphonic rock? Okay, what happened to my Surface 3? It just went belly up here. It just went belly up. What happened here? Give it a chance to catch up. Just went bonkers. The power's good on it. Let's see. Well, that's retooling. We get the stream is okay. Okay, here it's coming back now. Testing. Testing. Oh, I thought I heard an echo. What's going on with this? Huh. Oh, let's see. Oh, here it goes. Okay. All right, we're back again. Testing. 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 Okay. I'm hearing the echo. It might be on my soundboard. Okay, let's see. Randy Johnson at 40 played for the Arizona Diamondbacks became the oldest pitcher in Major League history to throw a perfect game. That was back in 2004. I remember that vaguely. And let's see, history on the AP side. Let's see, we'll get that, put that back there. Oh, it's good here. Okay, yeah, I'm in my headset. I'm hearing a second thing, Tina. It's good here. Yeah, the audio is good. I'm seeing the green boxes. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate that. Let's see. In 1780, the besieged city of Charleston, South Carolina, surrendered to the British forces in one of the worst American defeats in the Revolutionary War. We lost the battle, but we won the war. As far as then, we became, and we still are a great country. And that's about it as far as for history. And we are sitting and coming up on 50 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and take a break and get a refill. And we're doing pretty good. And we're going to talk about some sports. There was some interesting basketball playoffs action this weekend. So we're going to be going over that after we come back from the break. And I'm still hearing it just a tad. It's like it's a little bit of feedback. It's probably from the soundboard. The soundboard's getting old and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and take a break here, folks. And I will be right back. So just hang out. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Let's see, is it Hal on? Yeah, Hal's on now. So we'll see you later. Have a good one. We'll see you Wednesday. All right, folks, we're going to take a break here, and we will be right back in a few minutes. So just hang loose, and we will be right back. And we're back. We are back here for the Monday morning coffee 05.12.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. Good morning, folks. And we're broadcasting from Rumble Studios, where we have two people on Rumble Studios, one person on Locals, 5 people on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch. We got zero. I think we got one person on YouTube. I'm not seeing anyone on the Facebook as far as that goes. What's this on the Facebook? Hal is on. Okay, Tina went to see Hal. Okay, we got a notification. See, I got a notification. I don't know what Tina's saying about notification. I don't use Facebook that much, so I got notifications of Hal. And then over there on X Live, we have we've got 6 people on X Live. Thank you very much, X Live. You guys are rocking today. Thank you. I wish that the numbers would come over onto the Rumble. That would be good. But and we also have our good friend from the city of brotherly love, Captain Rehab, saying, "Richard, hurry on back." Yeah, we're on the break. He's in Captain Rehab here, and yes, I took care of everything I had to take care of during my break, Captain Rehab. So rest assured, be calm. Everything's taken care of. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend there, Captain Rehab. Glad to see you here. And also the Captain Rehab says good morning to the missus. There you are. You got a good morning. And belated Mother's Day. Yeah, she had a great Mother's Day. She's just showing me she found some cushions. She redid we got this piece of lawn furniture that was been out on the front porch. And she wanted what?
Antique metal chairs.
What? A metal?
Antique metal.
Oh, they're antique. They're antique metal chairs. They belong to her grandfather. We have one in the house already. It's been repainted. This one was repainted. We put it out there. It's sort of a rocker that's out there. And but she redid this one. And the other one is out in the front porch, or the back room here. It used to be the porch. It's sitting out there. And she did it yesterday, and it's in the living room now with some cushions on it. It looks pretty neat as far as that goes. So it's a change up there, and these 2 particular antique metal chairs are they're not going anywhere. They're part of the family and stuff. So, but she took care of those yesterday for her Mother's Day. So thank you for the greeting there to the missus there, Captain Rehab. But we got our second cup of coffee, which is going pretty good. So I want to thank all those folks that are in the chat as always, as well as the people that are watching currently. And if you're watching this on the replay or listening to on the audio pod there, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated as far as that goes. It's you're taking a little bit of your time. I not only like it, you got to recognize that as a broadcaster. You guys are taking a little bit of your time to listen to this knucklehead. And I don't know if you're waiting for a train wreck. There's no train wreck here, so go to some one of those broadcasts, I guess. But anyway, let's see. We're going to go into the sports here. And pretty interesting weekend for sports there, Captain Rehab, especially on the basketball front. And that's where we're going to start because I was surprised that Cleveland Cavaliers, they're one game away from where's Big Juice when you see him? They're one game away from elimination. Yeah, I just saw that this morning. I'm thinking, holy crap. They won Friday night to make it 2-1, okay? But their game yesterday, they lost 129-109. Is Cleveland going to get defeated? I think Cleveland's going to probably end up getting defeated. Indiana's playing out the yin-yang as far as that goes. Of course, the other top Eastern game, the Boston Celtics, I watched some of this on the Encore yesterday. But the Celtics won 115-93 to make it a 2-1 series. And I think they're gonna beat Cleveland. I do too. At 3-1, that's motivation. The Pacers are hungry. that shows that they are hungry. And as far as that goes, and you still think the Knicks will win the series? We'll see. I guess the Celtics, they won 115-93. So maybe the Knicks were a little tired after those 2 wins. First 2 games they won, which can be a little scary. But the Celtics have been there before. They've been down 3-0. They've come back to win it in the final against the Los Angeles Lakers. I made a lot of money on that game. That was back in I think that was the season of it was the 1984 season. I made some big bucks on that. Everybody was going Lakers, and I was just I think I made about three or 4 bills that for that series. I was just I would have lost my monthly paycheck back then, or a good portion of it. But in other action, it looks like oh my God, 1984 before I was born. Really? I was in Korea. I was a single Air Force airman there in working in the fire department at Osan Air Base. Yeah, I'm age dating myself, ain't I? Let's see. In other action, it looks like the Warriors, Minnesota, I guess they won a game. Did they win it yesterday? Because they played Saturday, and no, Timberwolves won 102-97. So they lead that series 2-1. Thunder and Nuggets, that's tied 2-2. So the Nuggets were able to come back, and I think you said the Thunder were going to win that one, or no, Oklahoma Thunder is going to win it all. I think you're saying, well, if the Knicks or Celtics play, if they win, I want them to win. I always want the Eastern team to play. Warriors, I think I heard that Curry is out for at least 1 or 2 games. Steph Curry is he's got a hamstring. So I don't know how long if you have a hamstring, how long are you usually out, Captain Rehab? How long? Can you come back? He probably won't be able to play until the next series, maybe, because hamstring that can linger. So the playoffs in the NBA are continuing, and let's see. As far as tonight, the Celtics play the Knicks tonight at 7:30. I'm going to try to remember to watch that game. And Timberwolves and Warriors will be playing tonight at 10. And then tomorrow, the Pacers and Cleveland, or Cavaliers. I'm going to see if I can watch that game, because that'd be good. That's in Cleveland, so that might be a tough game. But even still, 3-1. That's Pacers are in the driver's seat, and the Nuggets and Thunders are tomorrow night at 9:30. So we're pushing towards the finals as far as that goes. So that's basketball. Major League Baseball, we have. Let's see. Starting Friday evening. That's Saturday. It was Friday evening. We had no action. Oh, no. The Yankees beat the Athletics Friday night 10-2. And then Saturday, the Yankees lost 11-7 to the Athletics. I think they're moving to Las Vegas now. Mazma, you're getting a baseball team if you're still there, my friend. Let's see. Philadelphia Phillies, they beat the Cleveland Guardians 7-1 Saturday. Did the Mets play Saturday? Yes, they did. They lost to the Cubs 6-5. And then yesterday's action, the Cubs lost to the Mets 6-2. And I think the Yankees were off Sunday for Mother's Day. Nope, they played 12-2. They beat the Athletics. Wow, they killed them. And Captain Rehab, I think the Phillies were off Captain Rehab. I don't see him on the scoreboard. And let's see, tonight the Phillies play the Cardinals. Yankees will be playing the Mariners, and it looks like the Mets are off. The Athletics are due. Yeah. I like that movie Moneyball about the Athletics. That's a good movie, because I remember being overseas when the Athletics had that winning streak going on. That was something. That's a good movie with Brad Pitt. I'm not a Brad Pitt fan, but I think he played him and that other guy. They played a good part in that movie. It gives you a behind the scene baseball perspective. All right, that's baseball, and here's the sport we're going to go into. Captain Rehab is waiting for this because we had UFL football. I watched a little bit of the game. Ricky Henderson, yeah, I remember Ricky Henderson. I loved Ricky Henderson on the Athletics. He was good. And Mark McGuire, he was not. Well, Mark McGuire, he sort of has that black mark on his name there because he did the juicing up. I like Mike McGuire, but he tainted baseball. He's still a good player. I like Ricky Henderson. I liked it. He came to the Yankees. He was a Yankee for a little bit. So those are two good athletics. And was it Giambi? Giambi, he was an athletic too, wasn't he? He played first base for the Yankees back in the day. For UFL, the UFL football, I have a broadcast Thursday night just to plug it at 7 o'clock. We talk about 30, 45 minutes. Let's talk football, UFL football. And what's wrong with juice? No, I'm not talking about that juice. You know what I'm talking about, Captain Rehab. And who was the other guy? He went to Congress. Oh, what the hell was his name? He left. There was another guy there that juiced himself up and did the steroids. Can't think of him. But UFL football, spring football. The DC Defenders defeated the San Antonio Brahmas. So we all won on that one, Captain Rehab. And the second game, the Panthers. I knew I should have picked the Panthers. Damn it. I watched a little of this game at the beginning, but the Michigan Panthers beat the Arlington Renegades. They're 5-2. The Panthers are, and Renegades are 3-4. 25-24. So we all, let's see, Arlington. We all picked Arlington on that one. Yeah, that was a close game, definitely a close game. And then Sunday's game, we had the Birmingham Stallions beat the Roughnecks, so I lost on that one. You and Tony won on that one. And then the last game last night, my St. Louis Battlehawks, they won. So we all won on that one. So overall, you and Tony tied for this week, but I think the count is the same. I just dropped it. I dropped one game. So I fell deeper below 500. So no spectacular action. I didn't really watch that much of it, and I didn't really watch that much of TV anyway. I watched a couple good movies on Netflix, though. The one was about a restaurant down there in Coney Island that this guy started after his mother passed. I can't remember the name of the. Do you remember the name of that movie? Oh, she's in this. That we watched Saturday about the restaurant. Who was in it?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn was the actor in it. You know Vince Vaughn. He's a good actor. I like him.
Susan Sarandon was in it.
Huh?
Susan
What's the
Sarandon,
name of the restaurant?
The hairdresser.
What's the name of Italian grandma?
Nana.
Nana's. It was Nana's. That was the name of the movie. It was a good movie. It's based on a true story too. Vince Vaughn is in it, and I like him. He's an older Vince Vaughn, which is weird. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it because it was a good one for a Mother's Day weekend. It talks about grandmothers and mothers, and so I give it 2 thumbs up. It's a good movie. I liked it. It might not be most people's, but it was a good one. Thinking of it now, it was Mother's Day weekend, so it was a good movie there. We watched one last night too that was sort of I think it was a Netflix form, and they dubbed it into English. It was okay. It looked like it was an American made, but you could tell that it was dubbed in English as far as that goes. Nana's. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. That was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, Captain Rehab, I think it's worth the view. I think it's all silliness aside and stuff like that. It's a pretty good movie and stuff like that. It's just the old Italian he buys a restaurant and starts a restaurant, buys their old restaurant to build a new restaurant down in Coney Island and stuff like that. And he gets it's a good twist. It's based on a true story too. So he has some good friends, and they're all family. As far as that goes at the restaurant. Like and they play the tune from Billy Joel, My Italian Restaurant. It was good. It's good. So. The Interchangeables is a good form. Intouchables? Okay, let me write that one down. What's that? Intouchables? I don't know. It was one where the female actress she lost her son in the consulate in Germany, and she's running around. It's sort of like a extraterritorial.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's that? What was that again?
I said yeah.
Okay, Exterritorial. That was the second movie we watched. Captain Rehab's given us a recommendation. Intouchables. I think I seen that. One on the thing. They had some good movies. I haven't. Okay, Netflix. I have to check that out. Exterritorial. It was okay, but it was about maybe 15 minutes. It's like, wait a minute, they're dubbing over in English because just the. But it was pretty intense. But she's running around all over the consulate. Oh, okay, that's the dryer that's moving now. So so we watched some good movies there. So, and the final standing, well, we'll talk about this on Thursday, the standings and all that on Let's Talk Football. But it looks like the DC Defenders are 5-2. Barometers are 1-6 after their game. Panthers are 5-2, and Renegades are 3-4. They were favored to win that game. Roughnecks are 3-4. Stallions are 5-2. Battlehawks are 5-2. Showboats, they're 1-6. I think them and San Antonio after this weekend, you can say they're out of it right now. They're not in the playoffs. The 5-2s, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think those are the teams that are going to be. Well, let's see. Standings in the conference. Yeah, Birmingham and Michigan are in lead. They're right now. They hold. There's 3 games left. So Houston Rockets or Houston Roughnecks have a chance at it, and then in the XSL conference, DC Defenders and St. Louis Battlehawks, they have it locked up almost, but the Renegades have a chance at it with 3 games left after week 7. And we'll be talking more about UFL on Let's Talk Football, UFL football. Now, another type of football, there was another football game on Saturday. Southampton was playing Manchester City. It went to a draw, which was disappointing because Manchester City, I guess because Newcastle won, they went up by 1 point, so they're in 3rd place. If Manchester City won, they'd probably be up in 2nd. They still have a chance to finish 2nd, but they got to win. There's 2 more games left. They have to win both games, and Newcastle and Arsenal have to lose one of theirs or something like that. Lose one of theirs. If Manchester can win their last 2 games, and Arsenal and Newcastle win and if they lose one of their games, they'll be able to go up to 2nd. So they're holding 4th, and they're 2 points ahead of Chelsea in the Premier League in football. Arsenal and Newcastle losing. They could lose. Maybe not. Arsenal is pretty good, I guess, from what my good friend Wingnut has told me. He's my Arsenal Castle. Arsenal Castle. Okay, there's a funny there somewhere. I'm still trying to look for it. It's like, oh, Arsenal on the castle. Okay, yeah, the cannons from on the castle. Okay, gotcha. So I think that's where you're going with that, Captain Rehab. So there's our sports, and so I didn't really watch that much. I have not been watching that much sports over the last several weeks since the end of the NFL. I haven't really. I watched a little. If I watch a little basketball, it's a little basketball. It's never a full game. I've yet to watch. Other than soccer, soccer is the only one. Like I said, I watched the whole. The two 45-minute halves, so that's 90 minutes of play. So I've watched at least. I've watched more of Manchester City soccer than I have of any other sport, as far as it goes. And oh, is the draft tonight? Okay, I'll see if I can remember it. I guess. Well, if I'm watching it, they're going to have it on with the basketball. Wow, that's interesting. That's the way it should be. NFL should do that, but they always have to wait until after the football season and stuff like that. Oh, not the draft, a lottery. Oh, okay. That's to get to. Okay, gotcha. It's a lottery. Okay. Do you know what time that is, Captain Rehab? That's probably on ABC. It determines the picks, the picking order. Okay, gotcha. And the draft that happens. So they don't go. They don't base it off of their win loss. They do a lottery, which I think is almost more interesting when you think about it. So okay, so that happens tonight. And you believe it's at 7 p.m. And I would imagine that's on ABC because ABC. I I guess basketball on ABC is okay. I can remember back. I used to love watching it on CBS, and they do it based on win losses, but different tiers. Gotcha. Okay, okay. A little understanding of the NBA basketball lottery there from Captain Rehab. Thank you, Captain Rehab. He knows sports, folks. All kidding aside, he does know sports. And he says, so just because you have worst record doesn't mean you get number one. They did it to stop teams from tank. Oh, and tanking to get to number one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I've seen that over the years in the NBA. I have seen that. Yeah. Okay. There's the reasoning behind the NBA lottery. Okay, let's see. We're done with that. We're going to go ahead and go into our some news articles here. Now, Friday, let's see, the 76ers were good at the. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And all those top picks, they never got them. They never amounted to anything for the Sixers, which is a shame. They had some good talent there that went through that team there over the years. This past Friday, I had a condensed version, and the reason because that I had to wait for the people from SafeLight. This isn't a commercial for SafeLight. I called them up. We had a little ding. I had a ding in my windshield. There's a crack. They ended up fixing it. I just had to wait for them. I felt like I was waiting for the cable guy. That's the only complaint I have. But what else am I doing? I'm retired, so it's not like we have two cars. And let's see. Captain Rehaz says, who's this guy? Is this a basketball player there? Let me check it. Let me check on this first before we talk about my repair. Oh, okay. He's one of them. He was first. Okay. Yeah, he's been on a bunch of teams now and stuff. Okay. So that's an example. He's a first round pick. That was a first round pick. The 76 and fizzled out. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Let's see. Safe Light Repair. So yeah, that's their name tag and stuff like that. So I don't. Full disclosure, I'm not associated with them. I gave them a call. I had family members that have used them, and I have neighbors that use them and coworkers that have used them. They always said they've done, and I've seen them in action. They've done great job work, and I finally had a chance to use them. They said they're going to be here between 8 and 12. Well, they ended up being here right at 12 or a little after 12. So, but I was the furthest person away. So they're coming down from Ithaca. So they got stops between there. So, and the guy, I wasn't the last guy. He still had one more guy, but the technician that came, outstanding work from Safelite. I have no complaints. And I'm not even really complaining about waiting for him and stuff like that. It would have been nice because after, from 8 to 5, that's 4 hours. I'm thinking, what happened to the driver? Is he in there? And then finally, no, it was 8 to 1. I'm sorry. Was it 8 to 1? Yeah, 8 to 1 o'clock. So it's 5 hours. I'm sitting there. I'm doing stuff like I normally do on a Friday. And I guess I could have broadcasted longer, but I thought they were going to be here right at 8 or 9 o'clock, which wasn't the case. And no, I don't need sponsorship from them. Captain Rehab. No, I'm not even going to put that. I'm not looking for sponsorship. I don't. But they got here a little after 1 o'clock because it was 1:15. Well, actually, it was about 1:30 because at 1:15, I gave it 15 minutes after the 5-hour window. I called the manager. I said, "Hey, it's 15 minutes after the 5-hour period. Where's my guy?" Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Roberts. Well, he's in a dead zone. I think he was probably he said he was located in Spencer. That's north in Tioga County here, but it's north part of the county. And Captain Rehab's just laughing at the story. Like I wasn't pissed. I was just worried about the guy. Did he get, because it was raining that day, Captain Rehab. The guy had to do the fix in my garage. Okay. If I didn't have a garage, they weren't going to come. I had to reschedule, but I had the garage all set up. The second parking spot in the garage there was open, so he could bring his work, use that for a work area. Because I guess they got this tool. They bring the windshield in and stuff like that. So and I was a little concerned. Well, maybe it was an accident because it was raining that day. And he said no, he just got. I guess they were working on a Ford 150, and they had to tape the outside, and then they had to drive it to the shop to finish it because for some reason they couldn't get the bottom portion to set. So that's what took them so long, I guess. And so that was no problem. But once he got working, 45 minutes later, lickety split, fantastic job. They cleaned off my dash and stuff, which was dusty. And I'm looking through it. They replaced the registration inspection ticket. They even they put the my oil reminder up in the upper left-hand corner. It looked like it was never moved, but the windshield looks, I don't see that big crack that's like almost a foot and a half long. So I got to say, he was in the market. No, I don't know. No, this guy wasn't. He was this guy, Captain Rehab, if you saw this guy, he was an outstanding technician, very polite. I just say, you are, he tried to explain, said, no, you're okay. You're here. Let's get the work done and stuff like that. And Dusty Dash, tisk. Okay. Dusty Dash. So that's what happened Friday there with, I got to give double thumbs up to Safelite. When I get I'm expecting to do a review on them either today or tomorrow. So they're going to get, I'm retired, so I can't complain waiting outside the 5 hour. They got here. They did an outstanding job. That's all that mattered. Me waiting, I'm not going to cry over that. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, I was talking about some people. Some people would complain that I could see if you're working, that's the only car you have. Okay, then you might, but it's not worth complaining. They're going to get there. They're going to do the job. I was just, at the end, I was talking to the manager. I said, it'd be nice to give me a phone call. Yeah, that's all I just said constructive criticism. If you're right, if you're going to go past that 5 hour, give the courtesy of giving the customer a call. Okay. And, that's probably, what it is. You got that right. We got complainers, and that's a good example. You weren't here at the beginning of the show. I was talking about complainers because Our thought for the day was a good thought for the day. You're gonna have to watch the replay, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that's the perfect example of a complainer there, Captain Rehab. And I'm not going to post that because you're going to have to go on Twitch to see Captain Rehab talking about a complainer. And that individual thought they had a direct line to that particular entity. You see how he danced around that? Yeah, that's a perfect example. That's the type of person I was talking about that I don't want to associate with. I want to associate with you, Captain Rehab, here in the chat because you're a good dude. You don't complain about it. You put the good humor in things and stuff like that, and I do appreciate that.
You bring us joy.
You bring us what?
Joy.
Oh, you bring it. The missus says you bring us joy,
Yes,
Captain Rehab. Boy, that's a
I tell you.
you're rating. Oh, Captain Rehab. Oh, I got to make mention. And Captain Rehab, he's blushing. He says, "Oh my, oh my." I got to make mention though. Captain Rehab shared something with us Friday there at the end of the Friday morning coffee. And I'm still stoked. I told my playing mate on the PUBG Battlegrounds. You got to check that out. And I've been talking to other people to look at. I said, this is what you can do. And Captain Rehab there, the guy I know on online here, he shared for the folks that are watching this. You're going to have to watch the Friday broadcast. We aired Captain Rehab 4 years ago, actually behind the wheel, driving 160 miles an hour was your max. I think that's what I saw in the video, and I'm like, wow. He did what? I think he did like 3 or 4 laps. And that was unreal. It was a 10-minute broadcast. We broadcast the whole thing, and that's probably that's got to be one of my moments here on broadcasting, Captain Rehab, to be able to show that because I know you drove a NASCAR, and that is ballsy right there, and it's scary too when you think if you had 2 other cars on either side of you, how do they? The track just becomes a lot smaller, but you handled it real well. And stuff like that. That's a once in a lifetime chance of doing something like that. So why not do it? Let's see. 160 miles an hour was crazy, but even scarier was taking turns. Yeah, I saw that. He was taking turns at 70 and 60 miles an hour. I'm like, holy crap. I'm doing 30 on the off-ramp curve. And the missus says, slow down.
Well, it seems faster in the passenger seat.
Yeah, she's in the passenger seat, so.
It's not so fast in the driver's seat.
So I want to say thanks again, Captain Rehab, for sharing that with us here on the broadcast. I greatly appreciate that. That was really fun to watch and stuff like that. Okay, so we do have some items in the news. And the first one, this is on Fox 40. Before we get to I present these news items that are in the local web pages of the local news media. Full disclosure, I have no association with any of these news outlets. I'm just presenting something that they paint a picture of my community here in the southern tier of upstate New York and gives you an idea of where I live. And I appreciate these news agencies, and some of them are like we're going to be seeing Fox 40. There's WEBO here in Owego, the radio station. There's WNBF, which is in Binghamton. WBNG, which is Channel 12 in Johnson City. Fox 40 is in Vestal. And then you have Channel 34 in Binghamton, WENY, which is out in Elmira, and Channel 18 in Elmira. The Penny Saver, KGB, which is a radio station in Binghamton, and several others and stuff like that. Let's see, because the tires they put on those cars are special and have a lot of grip than normal on normal tires, the cars won't probably. Oh, okay, gotcha. On a normal car, so could you feel the gripping of the tires when you're in that driver's seat? because I tell you, I had a chance. This is back before I went in the service, the laundry service I worked for. The guy I worked for, Jay Livingston. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't think so. God bless him. He had a 1968 blue Corvette, and this is down in outside Newburgh, New York. It was a Valesgate Laundry I worked at when I was in high school. I started working there when I was 15, I think. Summer, I did summer. It was a summer job I had there, and I was working under the table for $1.25 an hour. We're doing summer camp work late at night, but he had a Corvette, a 1968. I guess this is my last year there because I was working after school and stuff like that. He this one day come in and it was a Saturday. It was a weekday. Maybe it was a Saturday. He threw me the keys. I go, what? You giving it to me? And he says, no, I want you to take it down to West Point, the dealership outside West Point, to get it serviced. The one and only time I ever drove a Corvette, and I sat behind that I sat in that Corvette, and I started up, and I could feel the power. I didn't even move 1 inch, and I could feel the power. So I'm imagining you felt the power of that particular vehicle, Captain Rehab. You don't feel it. You hear the screeching of the tires as they. Oh, okay. But that's got to be a car going that fast. The only thing I can equate it to is that one time I drove this 1968 Corvette, and it was over Storm King Mountain. I think I was five. I never took it. I was always 5 miles underneath the speed limit because I was so scared. Because it could go. You could feel if you put this to it could freaking fly. And my boss here, Jay Livingston, he trusts me enough to take it over to over Storm King Mountain in Cornwall to West Point. It was about a 20-minute drive. So he would just, I had worked there for 4 years. So I said, instead of him taking it, you want to make, take it down their way for it? And say, yeah. So that was a real treat. I remember that. That was probably the car that comes close. Not the car you would drive definitely was very high end. I mean, even this Corvette, it probably smoke it on the track and stuff, but it just that still is impressive, very impressive. Okay, for our articles here, again, we have here in Tioga County, we have a museum, but the Tioga County Historical Society hosted a grand reopening fundraiser this weekend. It was on the 10th, so it was Saturday. We're going to go ahead and see what this one's all about. And I just saying that Friday broadcast was good with that video, Captain Rehab. That was pretty good. That was ballsy. I'd say ballsy. I mean, that was cool. Very cool. I was impressed by it. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and go to Fox 40. Okay, this is on the here in Tioga County. They had a fundraiser for the museum here, and for the Tioga County Historical Society. And they're a good bunch of people. Good bunch of people. Let's see. Oh, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. We don't want that either. Oh, we want this one. Okay, here we go. Here's Fox 40. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
The event was held to showcase changes made to the museum over the past 4 months, including the addition of 3 new exhibits and improvements made throughout the museum. Visitors had the chance to see new changes while enjoying complimentary refreshments and live piano music. Donation boxes placed throughout the museum also allowed visitors to make contributions.
All of them are very pertinent to today's society or today's curriculum. We would love school groups to come through. We want people of all ages. We just want people to learn their history and their heritage.
The event was held to showcase changes made to the museum over the past 4 months.
Their history and their heritage.
The event was held to showcase.
So there it is, the Tioga Historical Society. That's just one of the many displays that they have. This one looks like it's has to deal with the Civil War era, I guess. It's a museum I don't go to that often, and I should because it's a great place. But they had a fundraiser uh, to raise funds to continue the education of history, and I'm always one. I love history, as you know, because we present it here on the Tioga Radio Show, or the Tioga Radio Show, the morning coffee broadcast. Oh, we have another Ross Park Zoo.
Also participating
Ross Park Zoo. It looks like we have some new penguins.
in the Mother's Day celebration.
We have some new penguins that were born at the Ross Park Zoo. So let's go ahead and check this one out. Here we go. Another one from Fox 40. Let's see. Let's start this puppy. Where did it start? There we go.
Participating in the Mother's Day celebrations, Ross Park Zoo celebrated 2 new mothers at the zoo, the penguin parents Lucky and Aurora. The 2 are African penguins, which are critically endangered in their native coasts in South and Southwestern Africa, with only an estimated 140,000 left in the world. Ross Park Zoo says the 2 birds will still be raised in a climate-controlled environment indoors for now, and the gender and names of the pair will be revealed in the coming weeks.
So the penguin exhibit there at the Ross Park Zoo, that's one of the fun, especially when they have a time when there's various times. You go there, there's always, I think it's like every couple hours, they have the schedule there posted when they're feeding the penguins. And it's always, these are little guys. They're not the big king penguins as far as that goes. And the Ross Park Zoo is always a good place. Looks like we have 2 edition. I think a few years that they had 2, what are those? Red, they always have some sort of baby being born there and stuff like that. So this is, I always have a strong affection for the Ross Park Zoo. It's a great place. And welcome to the world, to the new two new penguins, as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. Red pandas, that's what it is. Red pandas. They had some baby red pandas a few years back that they were pretty cute as well. Oh, you know the story? Oh, this is a good one because the missus asked me. I already knew about it. Do they have a video of this? I can show you the picture. But last week we talked about a place called the Blue Star that reopened, okay? And Captain Rehab said it's probably because of health reasons, and I would surmise to that. But let's go ahead and bring this one up. They had a little accident. There was a car that came through the front entrance. A car crashed into the Vestal's Buffet Star. Not the Blue Star, the Buffet Star. This was when was this? This was Saturday. The car ran into the middle of the dining area after slamming into the restaurant's entrance. And I'm thinking the entrance is up a little bit, so they had to come in at an angle. Given if you I just found it hard to believe because the entrance, you got to walk up to the entrance, but it's like, well, I think going on the one side, I guess they could have came in. They could have slammed in the car. But EMS treated 2 to 3 injuries. No fire was caused, and the car was safely removed from the building. Vestal Fire Department, Vestal Police, and Vestal Volunteer Emergency Squad were on scene. Police are continuing to investigate the incident. So it's like this incident right here. They just reopened, and what happens? There's a car that crashes, so they had to close back down. That happens. That is so funny. That's a good place. I like going there. It's one of my favorite spots going there and stuff like that. So it's just, I just found that funny. We may have another when we go to WBNG. They might have an actual voice audio and stuff like that. And that's it for WBNG. Okay. Let's see. We have WNBF. Mother's Day Market to be held Saturday. That's past news. That's down in Sayre, Towanda. Tioga Downs hosts a benefit concert for veterans group. Well, what's that? Tioga Downs. That's the casino we have here. We have a casino here. We have Tioga Downs Casino Resort here in Tioga County. Will host a concert to raise money for local veteran support groups this summer. The Spinners will take stage. Ooh, the Spinners on Thursday, July 3rd, and all proceeds will go to the Southern Tier Veterans Support Group. Tioga Downs, owned by Jeff Corral. Jeff Corral is a great guy. God bless him. I've met him a few times back in the early days, and his wife Paula will personally match the donations. They always do that. They're very gracious people. Thank you, Jeff, for keeping my taxes down in the town. The Southern Tier Veteran Support Group offer a comprehensive network of resources tailored to veterans, service members, and families spanning across the Southern Tier of New York and Northern Tier of Pennsylvania. The ticket's only $20 to see the Spinners and can be purchased there at the Tioga Towns gift shops, online at Tioga Ticketmasters. And the thing is, what is it? I saw Kansas at Tioga Downs. I've seen a couple groups at Tioga Downs. The missus has seen a country. I think she went to see a country act last year or something like that. They put on it's not they're not, in their day they were top entertainment acts like Kansas. I saw Kansas back in the early 80s when up there in Boston, in the old Boston Garden there. And you're talking to, a lot of people. This venue, it's a little scaled down, but it's nice. It's nice. It's to $20 to go see the Spinners. They're still around. Of course, the Rolling Stones are older. They're still drawing their crowds. But when the crowds start, they go into these secondary, third level venues and stuff like that. So that's what's over there on WEBO. As far as and it's benefiting the local veterans here in Tioga County. Let's see, WNBF. Let's see, what do they have on the? Do they have anything? Oh, okay. Let's do. This is on the. Let's see, where is it? Let me bring this back up. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this one. We're going to do this one too, as far as it's concerning the Tioga County Historical Society celebrates a major makeover as well. The Spinners, yeah, you remember that group? They're from that's more or less the 50s, 60s, I think, that group. Huh?
Yeah, I don't remember them.
I'm sorry, one more time.
I don't remember them.
Oh, you don't remember the Spinners? They're a black group. They're Motown. One of the early Motown. Oh no, we don't want that. Let's see. We're going to talk about the Historical Society here again. They had a makeover. And what is it? The History Museum in the village of Owego is preparing to hold a special reopening event to allow visitors to experience the improvements that have been made. Tioga County Historical Society Executive Gerald Smith said plenty of work has been done for the last 4 months to upgrade the museum. It's located on 110 Front Street, as far as that goes. And we heard this gentleman speak. There he is right there. There's the front entrance to the museum right there, the Tioga County Museum, Historical Society. And all the carpet on the upper level of the buildings have been replaced. The lower levels have been stripped and polished. The museum research center has been relocated to the upper level, and archive collections have been moved to protect them from possible future flooding. Of course, we did have a flood here several years back, and they were inundated as far as that goes by the flood. And there's the Tioga County Historical Museum's Research Center. As far as that, looks pretty nice there. And a grand reopening fundraiser was held in the museum Saturday night, as we saw. Oh, Captain Rehab says it smells like burning rubber in Philly. What, are they burning the tires again down there? Oh, man. The city of brotherly love. Oh, my God. There's a major fire, the missus asks. But the grand opening happened. 3 new exhibits will be open. One exhibit will be based on the 1861 portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. He's my hero. I like Abraham Lincoln. Oh my God, Abraham Lincoln is the best. There he is right there. There it is right there. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. This is the Remembering Earth Day, 1970 to 2025. And this is another new exhibit the museum is having. Another one is another exhibit features display of homespun textiles from the early 19th century with a timber frame loom. And of course, the third one focuses on Earth Day, which was first observed in 1970. I remember that. The reopening program will begin 6 p.m. Saturday. Refreshments. Okay, they already had this, but that gives you an idea what they're looking at. We got a 2-minute tour from Bob Joseph, who says, 2-minute tour. Historical Gerald Smith provides a 2-minute preview of the new look in the museum in the heart of Village of Owego. Watch the video. Let's see. Let me check this out. Okay, we're going to go. Can we, this is on. We're going to go ahead and watch this.
We're at the Tioga County Historical Society Museum at 110 Front Street in the Village of Owego. And this is one of our 3 new exhibits. This is Now He Belongs to the Ages, all built around this portrait of Abraham Lincoln behind me, painted in 1861 in the photography studio of Civil War photographer Matthew Brady.
It's amazing how different this place looks, because I know a lot of work has been done over the last few months. It's a remarkable transition from the
And that's
last
Bob
time
Joseph
we were
giving the commentary from WNBF.
Tell us about this room.
This is the main gallery. Here we have farmed fabric. This is our homage to homespun textiles of the early 19th century. So we literally have what's called a timber frame loom from 1795. We have a coverlet done by Ann Patterson, wife of Amos Patterson of Washingtonian Hall, done in 1800. We had converted our carriage that's always here into a peddler's wagon. We have all sorts of hand-sewn fabrics, and we even have displays that people can actually touch.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous place there. The building itself is historic.
Now, in addition to brand new carpeting, clean floors downstairs, all sorts of new things, we moved our research center from the lower level to the upper level, which is where it started in the 1960s and got part of our collection up above the 2011 flood level. The main hallway now contains the gift shop, and the gift shop area downstairs became a gallery, and the former research center became a gallery. So now we have 4 galleries and lots of space for people to enjoy.
It's beautiful. Jerry Smith, thanks for a brief taste of this beautiful, beautiful spot in Owego.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, there we have it. A 2-minute tour with Bob Bob Joseph, who works at he's on X at Binghamton Now. And I'm gonna retweet this one. Copy link. Oh, that's on is that on their Facebook? No, that's on X. Okay, I'm gonna have to. So that's a good story right there. That gives you an idea of the historical. I like that Abraham Lincoln is my. He's my hero. I like he is he's the 16th president of the United States. If you've dug into his history as far as where he was at and what he did, yeah, you'd be amazed at his life. Just a great president, a great American, and to see that at the Historical Society, I'm ready to go there like this afternoon, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to be taking a look. If I take a visit there, I don't know what the reception was, but I'd probably do a short broadcast here on Rumble Studios and stuff like that. So we'll have to work on that. Let's see. So that was on WNBF. Thank you, Bob Joseph. Greatly appreciate that as far as that goes. And let's see, what else does he have? Anything else here? Bob Joseph, he gets to the places there. I like it. I don't agree with he has a radio show, talk show in the morning and stuff on WNBF. There's some things I differ with him and stuff like that, but new TikTok trends posts. What's this one? Southern Tier School official warns about danger of viral TikTok. Oh, there's a new TikTok challenge. Now, I'm not going to give any entertainment to that. No, we'll stay away from that. And I think that's it for WNBF or yeah, let's go to WBNG. Let's see what we have here. Oh, they got, like I said, they have a thing on the an article, and we're going to probably end with this because we're coming up on 2 hours, and I'm just getting the. Let's see what we got for time. Yeah, we're gonna. This will be our. Well, maybe I'll check WENY. Let's go ahead and check this one out on the zoo from WNBG. Oh, they don't have an article. No, that's not it. That's not it. Not even close. Okay, here it is. Southern Tier Hotspot celebrates Mother Day. Tier hotspots for Mother Day. They'll probably talk about the zoo. Here, let's go ahead and go to this one. Here we go. This is on WBNG. We'll check this one out here.
The Southern Tier were out and about over the weekend to celebrate Mother's Day, with plenty of hot spots offering specials and free admissions to mothers. It was a weekend for the whole family to get outdoors. 12 News' Brian Melanson spoke to families about how they spent their Mother's Day.
Sunday is Mother's Day, but for some hotspots around the Tiers, the Mother's Day festivities lasted all weekend long, like at Binghamton's Jellystone Park, which was all chocolate all weekend.
So yesterday was chocolate pudding wrestling. We did a chocolate slip and slide. We did a chocolate water blaster battle.
All weekend long, moms got into the Yogi Bear themed park for free with any day pass.
We had Yogi Bear out. He was doing makeup with the kids and stuff like that. Extreme makeovers for mom. I will tell you that Yogi Bear is not a makeup artist, but it definitely looked good. And we had a lot of moms that had a great makeover with the kids as well.
Over at Animal Adventure in Harpersville, it was free admission for mothers.
First, we went and got some plants. We got some gifts for Mama, right? And then came out to the zoo, and now we're trying to feed as many animals as we can.
Some moms, like Amy Lai, took full advantage of the giraffe feeding exhibit.
It was really fun. It was really cool to see its tongue stick out and grab the lettuce.
Others, like Jessica Sinepa, felt appreciated by the opportunity to get in for free.
It feels great. It's really appreciated. I also really love animals. It's something to do with them.
With beautiful weather for Mother's Day, it was a great day for the whole family to get outside.
I think the best part is just getting out and about. Anytime you get out with the kids and the family, it's just nice weather. I'm so thankful this is here in the area. I appreciate it a lot.
Chocolate, free tickets and admission, and beautiful weather for the whole family on a very special Mother's Day.
Okay, that was Mother's Day at the Animal Park. That wasn't Ross Park Zoo. That's the other place there. That as far as that goes, Binghamton's Jellystone Park. There's that park, and there's also the what's the other place? There's another animal place. I can't think of it. Hello to Liberty. I think I'd rather have a spa certificate. Okay, yeah, that would be the typical one for mothers there. So Liberty, are you? I don't know. Are you a mother? I think you're female, but I'm not sure if you're a mother. If you're a mother, happy belated Mother's Day to you. As far as that goes, it was a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. And up there in the Buffalo, Niagara Falls region, greatly appreciate there. You're a New Yorker, and let's see. Yeah, I'm. Just give me a couple more. I'm a mother of a furry one. Oh, okay, you got the kittens there. Okay, I gotcha. Let's see. No, that doesn't want to go. Let me just check one more thing. WENY. Anything there? Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, folks. 80s today, they say. Oh, really? 80-degree weather up there in the Buffalo and Niagara Falls region. That's great. Get far away from that snow as possible, as far as that goes. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else really here as far as in the news to really present. Let's see, just going one more scan, and nothing there on WN. The Whale. What's this wallpaper? Okay. Nothing on Elmira. Let's see, the radar there. Nothing out there. WKGB. No, nothing. So, okay, we're at the end of the broadcast here. I guess we're coming up on 2 hours, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up and get our day started. So I want to say, let's see. I want to say thank you. Starting off the broadcast, thank you to Mazza Mune 989. Mazza was out there in Las Vegas. Thank you, my brother veteran. He was Air Force EOD. Thank you. Have a great day out there in the desert. And I want to say thank you to Tony, another veteran, good friend, brother veteran, fellow broadcaster. Have a good one there, Tony. Katina, you have a great day also. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Tim Fanforti, who made $2,000 collecting mushrooms. It only took him 2 hours. Or no, it made $1,000. Did you hear that? Tim Fanforti made $1,000 collecting mushrooms. He sold them on Facebook. Fantastic. They're called Moral mushrooms. Huh? No, wasn't the funny ones. No. I don't. But thank you, Tim Fanforti, for being here. Mushrooms. Let's see. Moving down the list here, Tim Fanforti. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Captain Rehab, for being here, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Thank you, my friend, as far as contributing, as always, in the chat. And thank you again for that video we played last Friday on the behind the car doing 160. Unreal. Unfreaking real, my friend. You have a great day, Captain Rehab. And coming up at the end of the broadcast, we have Liberty coming in from the Buffalo Niagara Falls. Oh my, what does the missus know about funny? No, she doesn't know. It just, they talk. There's just talk. She doesn't know anything. Okay, let's get that cleared up. She has no idea. Huh?
What do you mean I don't know anything?
Have you ever tried mushrooms?
What do you mean?
Have you ever done mushrooms? That's it.
Oh, hell no.
That's what I'm saying. You never done.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no! I'm saying she's never done the mushroom bit. She's aware they're out there, just like I am, but no. No funny mushroom. And these aren't the funny mushrooms. These are, I guess, they're a certain one. They call them moral mushrooms. 2 hours, you got $1,000 collecting them. As far as that goes, it's yeah. I think the funny mushrooms probably cost a little bit more there. I'm just saying. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. That's some good funny there. Liberty coming in the broadcast, finishing us up with a good laugh there. Thank you, Liberty. You have a great day as well. And and also, yeah, let's see. Yeah, Liberty. Thank you for the flags there. I love the Rumble flags on the comments. So thank you very much as far as that goes. You had them right there too, as far as that goes. And I do appreciate it. So for those people that are watching in the background, thank you for your time, for watching me, and also the people that are listening on the replay for the audio on Spotify for Creators, Spotify, we call it the Wednesday morning or the Monday morning audio pod on Spotify. Just Google @Fireman Rich on Spotify, and you'll hear the audio podcast as well as the morning coffee broadcast over there on that platform. And then we're here broadcasting on Rumble Studios out to Rumble, where we end with 4 people. We have 1 person on Locals, 1 person on YouTube, 2 people on Twitch, I don't know on Facebook. There's no number. I usually get like 5 to 10 people, and we have 1 person on Kick, I believe. Let me check the Kick here before we leave. Yeah, we got 1 person. That's probably me. And then over on X Live, we got 8 people. Thank you very much, X Live. X Live is fantastic. Thank you for the viewership on X Live. Greatly appreciated as far as that goes. And thank you for the viewership. And 8 people. So 8 on top of 1, adding it into the 7. We got 16 people total as far as that goes. And thank you for the replays. The replays are they're noticeable. So thank you on the replays. You make it all worthwhile. And I hope you enjoyed the broadcast as far as that goes. So, but we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started and see what the day brings. And you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. And I'm Rich Roberts. Again, you can follow me over on X @Fireman Rich. And just Google @Fireman Rich, so all those other places I'm at as far as that goes. Or else just check the links in the various live streaming platforms. You'll see where I'm at. And you all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. You all have a great one. Take care. And we are out of here with skateboard. Thanks again, folks. Ciao for now. Peace.